Hey y'all, what is up? Today we are going to be dyeing a free diving buoy pink. So I got this double K free diving buoy here with me, straight from Korea. This is a really nice quality buoy. I've dove on this kind a handful of times before. I really like all of the handles surrounding it. We are using Rit Synthetic Dye. I really have no clue how this is going to turn out. Technically, this material should not be able to get dyed easily, but we're going to try it anyways. I have water boiling on the stove. It says that you should add your dye to just below boiling water. The temperature should be around 200 F or greater when you add the dye. So the instructions on the bottle say that for every pound of fabric you have, you should use half a bottle with 3 gallons of water. Now, for me, it's really hard to judge what the weight of this fabric is, especially because there's a lot of parts that I don't really plan on submerging, like this backside. I will be trying it with just 1 bottle today, and I'm totally eyeballing the amount of water I'm putting in there. So fingers crossed, let's see what happens.
Here are my 2 pots of water. I had turned the heat off and they are not boiling anymore, just steaming. I pour that into my clear plastic bin. Altogether, these 2 pots give me a couple inches of water that I use to mix my synthetic Rit dye. I just pour that straight into the bin. You can see it's very concentrated and thick, so I take a spatula and make sure that I create a consistent mixture. Now it is time to submerge my buoy. I place it face down into the bin so that the white tarp material makes direct contact with my dye solution, and I take a spatula and press alongside the edges to ensure that all fabric makes contact with the dye. Oh no, there was leakage from my bin onto my floor. I suppose that there was either a crack in the bottom, or because the water was so hot it just seeped through that plastic. Nonetheless, I spent a few hours of my night scrubbing at my floor, so please, if you do this at home, choose a spot that you don't mind getting messy, or invest in a tarp, a handful of dirty towels to place beneath the bin and the floor. Don't be like me, but luckily I did get most of it out, so that's a happy ending. I left my buoy in the solution for about 30 to 40 minutes until I poured it out into the only place I could think of, which was my white bathtub. And you can see that the solution is still very concentrated. I was a little bit concerned about it staining the walls of my tub, but I think that this dye does its magic when the water is very hot, and at this point it had cooled down quite a bit. But turn on your bathtub and make sure you rinse that out very quickly to avoid future mistakes. Once all that dye is emptied out, remove your bin to a safe location and bring your buoy back into the bathtub for it to rinse under running water. I am using lukewarm water to rinse my buoy. The instructions on the dive package actually guide you to place your dyed object into the washer for this part of the process, but personally I do not want to place my brand new freediving buoy in the washer, so I continue to leave it underneath the bathtub faucet, and I continue to rinse it until there is no more dye that shows up when water passes through my buoy. So I continue this for a few. That is what it looked like after a handful of minutes. Rinsing it off, still really pink, really vibrant, but I was not convinced, so I placed it in a bathtub of water and let it sit there for another 30 minutes, and I was not seeing any leaching, and neither was cupron.
The results are awesome. It is hot pink.
I am absolutely thrilled with the result of this project. My buoy looks so adorable, so pink in the water. If you end up dyeing your own buoy, please send me a picture. I would love to see the result. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, a comment, give me a sub. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have happy and safe dives.